How was your day?
It was well.
It was well. Hoje a gente despacha esse rosto.
Yeah?
Yesterday was at a sliding at the Cathedral's Gazette. Paulina Bella. To, что они задали вопрос, что говорили. Да, как, ну, когда приеду домой, как мне по паспорт системе. Второй есть? How was your day? You want to share? You want to share something of your experience today?
Oh, yeah, I can share, yes. It was incredible. It was like the best for last kind of thing. Because we went first to the refugee camp with Pastor Andre. And it was just to hear the stories, to start with, to hear all the stories, that was number one. Even to hear like Michelle Obama, that was one of the first places that she, out of all the places to go even go straight to speak to the people in
It was
Biden, Joe Biden.
Oh, she did say Obama.
She said the first council.
The vice.
Well, whoever it is, still.
Second to Obama. It's second to Obama, you're right.
Okay.
Yeah, vice of Obama. Yeah.
So to me that was impressive because to shake the hand of Andre, that's an honor. You know, that's honor. Honor to obviously he's done an amazing job, and it's obvious like God is helping him. Like nobody else is helping him. It's God Himself, and it's so obvious. When I look in the eyes of that man, I was telling this lovely lady here, I see love, and it's liquid. It moves. It's like it comes out of his eyes like light. And
that's what you were talking about the other day about Aksan as well, right?
Yes.
That's what you were saying that London needs.
Yes.
And that's why you said there is no hope if you don't have things like that, right? So this is what church is supposed to be about. Is that what you mean? This is church.
Yes,
this is church.
That is church. It's incredible. It's such what's the opposite of no hope? Hopeful. It's a hopeful situation. You know, hopeful is a place that you can actually feel. Hopeful, just like hopeless.
You know, he closed down his business, right? That was his business center.
Even more incredible. You know, going to the warehouse and seeing everything, and then how they service. You know, service is big. How they had soup. The lady that was there, she was up at 4 or up till 4, making soup for everybody, and they had set the table beautifully with bread and soup, and served all of us. And what's the name? For and it's just the humility of heart and
see,
fellowship.
the world needs love. Jesus was right. It's the only command. But we are doing church. He said, don't care about the church. I build church. You do what I tell you to do. You go out and love. Don't care about it. I build my church. But we are so big. We change the place. We threw him out of the way of doing church. We are doing church. Instead of him allowing him to build his church, we are trying to build his church for him. And we are not doing what we're supposed to do. So if we could speak the language of love, if we could indeed go and love people, you know, the world would be a better place.
Our men know my disciples know one another.
Yeah.
And can I just add one last thing to that? You, in the very beginning, the first day we went to the rehabilitation, you asked the question, how what kind of help you guys receive. And today we saw a perfect example of the kind of help, supernatural help. Because we went to the church and he turned all the equipment on for us, and we started worshiping, the microphones, the piano, everything. The presence of God came down, and he received confirmation. He had to call his wife to put her on the phone, because he received confirmation of a prayer that they were praying through us. Brother Isaac started ministering to him, prophesying, and it was so powerful. And then we did a collection, and we collected, and it was answered. So that's the answer. It's supernatural, because when we depend on people, we cancel out the blessing of God, or have a testimony to give how God helps. So that was very moving.
It just reminds you what the Bible says, that the arm of flesh will fail you. And it's so true, because this guys, I just see a group of guys who are just basically, one common thread I would say is selflessness, and genuine bona fide love for God. That's it. They don't care about what the gain is, when, or what reward or whatever. They just want to do something. I've never seen anything like that before. Never seen a heart like that. No, not in London. Definitely not in London. We in London, we do things because, okay, it's the right thing to do. Let's help the homeless. Let's go to Sainsbury's, get some food, drop it at their doorstep, knock on the door. Don't pray with them unless they ask you they want prayer. Do you understand? That's ministry. We go knock on the door, open the door, give them the food, and that's it. Don't even try to pray with them unless they ask for prayer, because that's problems. That's the issue that we're dealing with in London. It's not. It just makes you realize we're not in church.
Do you know what's going to happen? You said you've been living London your whole life. I love you too. Okay. You've been in church now. You know what this will lead to? One day, you're just going to realize, I'm going to die. I'm about to die. Am I ready to meet Jesus? What will I tell him? Have I done my best? Did I really go all the way? Did I really pay the price? Did I really fully give my best? We will be reluctant to die. Some people will be afraid to die. It's going to be a torturous life, because you are going to discover that we have conformed with the demands of the system. Because you cannot tell me that things were like this when I came to Ukraine. Even in Ukraine, the other churches are not like this. Someone has to initiate a change. It has to start with somebody. You are the church. And it's about taking a decision to pay that price. Because that London will be a new place, will be a different place if you will just step up and pray and manifest God. The best way to manifest God to people is not through all those miracles and deliverances. It's through love. And they try to still use propaganda to spoil my name and say it's dangerous, it's all this. But how can you dissuade people from following me when I've raised up so many disciples who are doing all kind of things all over the place? Well, that's my life. Those people cannot believe all those lies because they are being touched by love. And those people just say, where were you guys who are saying if they are bad when I was dying? They came to me, but you did it. The language of love convinces any argument, overcomes all arguments. Even though the government, we are not doing this with the permission of the government. The government is against everything we try to do, or they try to, give a bad name. But we just need to do what we need to do. We keep on doing what we need to do. we are obeying the heavenly command. And different people, different individuals, individuals, not even church doing it, just members of the church. It's not the members of God doing it. It's just he and his ministry and his church. Individuals. Everybody has their own mission, their own calling, their own burden, their own purpose. And it's a beautiful thing when you empower the faith of the individual, not the pastor. The pastor doesn't have to do it. Just the individual believers who know Christ, believe Christ, and they want to go out to do it. That's the beautiful thing about it. Because it's not that some people will say, okay, our church has this project, or our church is gathering money to do this. You don't know. Individuals have faith. And they have callings by God. And they believe God to do what they feel God is putting their hearts to do. And they are being supported and empowered to do it. Okay. Anyone wants to share anything from what you experienced today?
You don't want to say anything? No, so, before she said, just as you mentioned, love. So I think we get it wrong when it comes to love. Not knowing what is it there exactly in terms of love, knowing that love.
So what do we then, if we get it wrong, what is then love in our own description, in your own description where you are coming from? If this is not the way you practice it, how do you practice love? By hugging only?
Yeah.
You want to help?
I will use my own example. When I discovered I had no love, when I visited the homes and the places we visited, is that they don't give up easily. Love does not give up easily. But I can see, even with my neighbors in Benue State that hurt me or hurt my children, and I didn't want to fight back, like physical confrontation. I tell God, please demarcate between me and them so that we'll stay in peace. You understand? But love does not think that way. Love goes all the way, even when you are not giving back what you are expecting.
Now, can you imagine Ukraine is persecuting me, killing me every day, suing me, and I'm still doing all these projects for the country. I'm not doing it for Nigerians or or black people even, but for Ukrainians. So I think that's what the kingdom, what love is supposed to be about.
I also discover from where we're coming from, the way we have been brought up. Somebody love me when the person is always giving me. But what I'm seeing here is that they are giving out.
But we all say that love is giving. We all say that. But it means we are biased. If you want to be, when we are giving, we say love. But maybe we should reverse it when we are being given, but when we are giving.
So from what I've seen among your people and you, that brings me to the definition of when I was in Form 3 so many years ago. Our religious teacher said we should define love. We couldn't. But somehow I think somebody came out with a definition. Say that the essence of charity is self-reliance. So as I was going through this race, this came back to my heart.
Yeah, it's obvious. All of them are denying themselves, right?
So
their comfort, their own money, they're using.
Take the whole of that warehouse, that facility, and let go.
100 rooms.
And let go.
Well, sir, I think all of us have seen the same thing, so I'm not going to comment on that, but I'm just going to say for those of us who are pastors in ministry, like you normally say that when you come to churches, you're going to destroy it. And, well, I think we've had that kind of destruction, and we don't know what we're going to do again, because ministry as we know it is not what
it is. If I had been a member coming here, what did you say?
I don't know. I'll find it very hard to sit in the church.
After this.
to see the church.
It's impossible to go back to your own consistent church and just sit down and after days. You want to go do something, carry God, carry the kingdom, practice.
Because from all I've experienced here, I don't think I want to go back and continue ministry like I knew it before. So, I know the last time I said it, I'm really serious. I need a solution. And I need a solution and a system I can really go and implement it, because I'm not ready to waste my time again. It's so obvious that we are, when you tell someone, like, if you are preaching, pastor, and you say that this church is a playing church, maybe when you come to the West and you make that kind of statement, they will not understand what you're saying. But when I came here, I actually said I've been playing. I mean, we cannot testify to that. So for me, being a minister, I want to know how to do it again. I want to go on with and how to systematically implement what I've seen. So Pastor, that's what I have to say.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll probably repeat what some others have said. I think I am mesmerized by Pastor Andrew because he had, there was, I think, to have a goal beyond business, right? That's the only reason why you would give up your means of living to do charity work. You must have a goal that's beyond making money. Because usually that's where the rubber meets the road for most of us. This is my livelihood. Can I really give it up, not knowing how I'm going to live after that, having a child and a wife and children to feed? This is what walking by faith
it's not just like. Children to feed, he's feeding those people too.
He has to feed those people, and then
apart from that, he has to feed his family, but he has to feed all those people too. How many people has he house like that?
140. Yeah,
altogether in 3 years, 1,000 or how many? 5,000.
Yeah, probably about that.
5,000. He has house 5,000 of them.
And there were some women who gave birth. Yes. They came pregnant, they gave birth there. So
he has to undo it.
Yeah, all of that. And so, so the definition of selflessness is almost like you see it. Dictionary can't even begin to explain it, but we see it. Someone who gave up his old business and it became a charity work, and now has to figure out, okay, how do I now feed these people after I open up my business place to them? So we can't put into words what we saw, but we saw this is genuine love, from his heart, and we see it. And what we see, you capture. Now say, okay, my life has changed, and I got to do something about what I've just seen.
And also being reminded that true love is really loving someone who will not give anything back to you.
Yes. I have to cover but do my I can't issues this.
Yeah, so
practical is angliski.
Yeah, so with our upbringing, that's the model of love we've been receiving, and visiting here and all those experiences just gives us the real Bible we've been reading, the example of what Jesus was talking about.
And that's why I want to go to Africa, because there are much more needs there than here. And I want to multiply thousands of times, because more needs there thousands of times. I want to multiply 1,000 for everything.
Yeah, Pastor Andrew told us when he was presenting that we should use those situations in a nation.
Any situation.
Yeah, crisis to take it as an opportunity for the kingdom.
Yeah, those are actually good news.
Yeah. Exactly.
The more challenges you have with the government, the more laws, prohibitions you have, you can turn all those things to your advantage.
But in that situation, like in the UK,
Nothing to complain about. Everything is for
It works.
Only you have to look at it from another side.
Now, like a situation like that, if it had happened in the UK, wait for, the government has money, the government do it, or UN do it, or the councils, the boroughs.
There is another pastor that came here. It's called Pastor. Okay, I showed you that other pastor, Pastor Nebo. But there is another pastor, Pastor Ed. You will not believe that you have the same thing in England. He didn't know too until he came here. So one day, after his wife, he came here and he was saying, okay, we're going to look for them in England. But he didn't, just a regular man, just went back and kept on preaching, doing his church, and just preaching messages from here, but not going for people to go do it.
Oh, I see.
If you don't start it, if I had not started, nothing of this would have been happening. But he just kept on preaching the message now, telling the people to what to do. But he himself didn't go out to do it. Until the wife didn't come here at that time. So he so much inspired the wife that the wife said, I will go to that Kiev myself, to that Ukraine myself. So she came. So after she came back, the next day, she started going about all the neighborhood where she had driven past people. You know what she discovered? She discovered that there are people in London, somewhere in the suburb, sleeping outside. Not just in the streets, but in the bushes, under the trees. And can you imagine that? Just people like in the summer, just people, and they camp there, like refugee camp. But these are people from Eastern Europe, from Poland, from Baltic state, Latvia, and Romania. They don't have homes, and governments don't give them charity, charity or whatever. No, they don't give them benefits because they just came. So they are all over them. He said when they went in there, the wife went in there and brought 20 people to church one Sunday. Wow. One Sunday, and they had been struggling. All of them white people in England. 20 in one day, because she was willing to step out of that comfort zone of the meeting because they were having church. She was willing to stop having church, to go actually and roll up the sleeves and go home. And so he followed her there another time. And when they went, when he said what he saw, he couldn't believe that this was possible in the UK. No electricity, people were bathing outside, getting to fresh water and bathing outside. He said he couldn't believe that was in the UK, but it was there. But he had been passing by them and they didn't even notice.
Another problem as well, the government as well, and the people in the UK as well, they're anti-gypsies and so it's very hard to really get the support of any government organisation because they're anti-gypsies. Everybody knows that. Am I right or wrong?
You're right.
Gypsy, there's a name for them. It's an indirect racism.
But they are human beings.
They don't see them as that. They see them as pests.
But that's the way they used to look at us too. We blacks.
That's true.
They never used to think we were human beings as well.
Yeah, that's true. So they don't like gypsies at all.
I would have gone after those people because I know God is in them. And if there is God in them, they are made in God's image. We can turn them to history makers.
Gypsies Church, President.
Where?
We have a Gypsies Church.
Yeah, in Ukraine, yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We have churches, some of our churches taking care of gypsies and starting churches for them here in this country. Yeah, you want to say something?
One thing I noticed today is that my perception of love was wrong, but today I realised that love is truly unconditional. The one to people here.
God's love.
God's love is truly unconditional, and that's what they're showing. Because you can love somebody, but on your terms and conditions. So
they claim first before I love you.
I can love you as long as you're not doing this, and this. Or I can love you if you're from here, or here. Or if your money's this, and this. But today, being at the refugee camp and the orphanage, or the foster home, it was love is truly unconditional. Because when the lady was talking about the boy that lived in the
Are you talking about the refugee or the foster home?
When the lady...
That's the second place you went to.
Yeah. The lady was trying to explain how there's a boy that was living in a pipe, and he kept coming back and going and coming back and going, but they never turned him away. They always welcomed him back with loving arms.
See, love is long suffering.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And you know, I think we've all been loving with conditions, terms and conditions, whether we admit it or not. I believe that a lot of us love with conditions. If you're not from this part of the world, I can't love you. If you're not from this class of people, I can't love you.
You want to love the way it's convenient for you.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And today that really opened my eyes to see that love is truly unconditional. There's no, God's love is truly unconditional. That's something that I learned from both of them places.
Absolutely.
I just had a thought right now, it just came to me. The word became life.
Yeah.
The word became flesh.
Flesh, but it's life. And that's what Jesus did. That word that he spoke, that he wrote, he
made it life.
He made it life.
Amazing.
Yeah, come on.
Okay, we've established the love bit, and it's so true. Because my thought of love wasn't the way I thought it was. And
what was it? How have you practiced love in church till now?
Well, I haven't really, if I'm honest. I haven't really, because the love that I've been showing people...
Has it been theoretical? Partial?
Yeah.
More in...
Yeah. It's more of, as we said, what I can get out of it, or just for that second, oh, I love that person, but not really believing that I really love them, or believing that they have any love for me. But
now we have established today what he said, that you are loving only when you are giving. Let's measure love by how much you've been aggressively giving. Is that the way you've been practicing it?
Maybe, yeah, partly. If I'm honest, partly, because love it's kind of hard when you know no one's not really giving it back to you, or it's kind of hard to accept.
Not receiving, I
not
said.
Receiving, no.
That's not love. Love is not receiving.
No, but it's kind of hard to give love if you don't feel it.
No, well...
In yourself.
You don't need to feel it, you need to give it. So love is giving, you giving. Not you receiving now.
Oh, me giving, okay, well, yeah. If it's me giving, then that was kind of hard. Because I don't think I've been given any love to that extent, no.
And then not just you giving, but you giving it aggressively. Aggressively means seeking out people to give it to. Fishing out those to give that love to.
Yeah, when you put it like that, I think that's true.
So if you've been roaming, if you've been combing your neighborhood or your city, looking for those to give aggressively to, that will be love now.
I haven't been then. I haven't been loving. Honestly, I haven't been.
Not up to that.
It needs to change.
It needs to change. Okay? You were raising your hand just now.
Yes. Let me remember, and you say, I got caught up in this.
In so many ways, I'm ashamed of the way, my congregation had practiced love. Because in Los Angeles...
How will you say that you have practiced the love?
On a particular, maybe once a month on Sunday after church, we go downtown, we cook some rice and chicken.
No, is that love? Or that's just duty?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but that's what we've practiced. We thought we were doing love in our head, and it's totally...
Or maybe you are having a program.
We're fulfilling self-righteousness. Pretty much is what it is.
Okay, if that was self-righteousness, what was love?
Love is number one is understanding the real need of the people.
No, that's not our now understanding. I'm saying previously.
Previously it was which is what we did. We go and we cook rice, we feed them, and we come back. We say, we fed the poor. You know,
But if you are doing that once a month,
That means people are only hungry.
so what is love every day?
well, obviously we've missed it because because the way I see it now, I'm even ashamed of whatever we were calling love, because it doesn't even begin to sound like love. You know, it's when you just go cook rice and go feed them. We don't know their names. We don't know what they're struggling with. We don't know their needs. We give them it so we can feel good.
Take the box.
We feed them all. We have fed the poor. You know, and we haven't to begin to scratch the surface of the needs of the guy. They're on crack cocaine, all that stuff. But we give them food, and we go back on Sunday, and we fed the poor, and then we come back maybe another month, and we kind of like no, it's not it.
Okay, just to add on what he was saying is that the people, I've had a story of a church that was doing that in where I stay, and the homeless themselves said, "Are you guys, you Christians? We know you just do this for duty. I don't know. You don't think they know love.
They know.
So they know as a church we're just doing duty and to be seen as doing activities.
They will yell at us. Why you just come here and just about your church?"
I just want to go back to what you were saying. I lost the thread. But I remember being in church, and even though I grew up in church and not knowing what love was, even though I was a Christian, it's a revelation. You either have it or you don't, and you cannot give it unless you have that revelation of what love is. You could be sitting in church being a Christian thinking that you're loving or that you know what love is, but you have no clue.
So we sit down in church just because I don't hate anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm thinking I'm loving. But again, re-examine that and consider that love has to be proactive all the time. When Jesus loved us, he left his comfort zone, stepped out of that comfort zone, aggressively looking for us so as to aggressively execute that love, so as to prove and give that love. Love will give aggressively. Love will search out who to love and who to give.
And also, love could be cultivated like a seed. So it's something that, in my own experience with love, it's like the more that I read about Jesus and his love for me, the more that my own love grew for people. It's just, it grows and it grows and it expands. It never starts the way it's supposed to be 100% when it's fully developed. So
you have to. So anyway, how is your experience today going to? I want you to answer. How is your experience today going to affect your Christian life when you go back?
Okay.
Or maybe your experience this week.
Sorry?
Experience this week.
This week, it's going to totally
How is it
change.
How is it going to affect your Christian life?
Well, my Christian life is going to get better.
Or what you experienced today in particular?
Oh, today was it was emotional, especially with the foster homes. It's got me thinking that what I'm doing is not good enough, or what I have been doing is not good enough. So when I do go back, I want to put these plans in place, not just talk about them, but put them into action, because all the things that I've been thinking I want to do while I've been a Christian, I haven't done none of it. And it's made me think, what sort of Christian man am I? How am I actually helping people if I'm not doing what God's placed me in?
Will you say you are not alone in that?
Oh, no, I'm not alone.
Will you say churches are full of people like that who maybe have good intentions and never really get it?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah?
Definitely. So it's made me think, especially because I've had the idea of feeding the homeless as well and housing them. I mentioned that the other day, and then today I was just thinking about the children, and I thought I've always had the idea of fostering, and now I'm thinking something else has to happen instead of just me thinking about feeding the homeless. I've got to do something for the children as well, because the world's going. So I've got to do something on the line. So my Christian life has definitely changed in the last few days that I've been here. It's made me think that I was saying I was a Christian, but I wasn't
like demonstrating it. So,
You guys, anyone want to add anything?
Yes, so definitely this is part of the reason why I'm here, because I saw it. I saw that I was failing in that. I knew that I wasn't bringing any impact around me.
And how long will you say you've been a believer?
Since 2008.
5 years?
2008. So
7
years. 7 years. 7 years going.
Is 7 years enough to begin to think of really doing something?
Oh, it's too late, I think. I think I've been. I'm trying to think. At first, I didn't think about it because I was concentrating only on me. Like, I need to get better. I need to get this. I need to get this first. I need to get this first. And then at a certain point, you get to a stage where you feel, okay, where am I giving? How am I affecting the environment? Certainly when you're Christian for a while and then you don't see that your family, although your wife, you know, you have the same values as you, but your parents are not, they look at you and they don't see that there's anything different before and now that you say you're Christian. So there's that one aspect, and you look at your environment.
So, what you are telling me, all these things you are talking about, will it be true that this is the picture of the church?
Yeah, definitely.
In every country, because you are coming from Canada, you are coming from England, you are coming from Nigeria, everybody is telling the same story.
Yeah, definitely.
So, if this is the state of the church,
people are just not talking about it, that's it.
That's what he said. That's what you find.
You know, Pastor, I feel even the kind of law we preach, for example, back home in Nigeria, the way you have a whole, I don't know if the denomination has gone into millions of people killing their enemies.
what is it killing?
Killing their enemies, they understand what I mean. They understand what I mean.
Oh, so you mean the prayer, you mean?
That's what I mean, killing their enemies.
Praying to get enemy died.
In the name of Jesus, they're praying for their enemies to die. I mean, enemies is not, they're not demons, these are human beings. And they're having night vigil on human beings. And then you have thousands of people.
My enemy died, my enemy died.
So at the end of the day, you know, like all of us are saying what true Christianity is. And we all have certain things we're seeing in common. We're seeing selflessness, love. In selflessness, we're seeing love. But I think it's the kind of message that has been promoted, where the goal of Christianity is all about God for you, prospering you. I think it's actually the prosperity capture of it. So at the end of the day, the ultimate goal of this Christian work is to be prospered materially, not even inwardly, not even being a personality like it, but just materially. So I think that has corrupted the whole concept.
So why then are we saying we're expecting Jesus to come back?
People are not expecting Jesus.
They're not expecting him.
When they die, they will meet Jesus. They're not expecting Jesus. They say, but they're not expecting Jesus at all.
That's true.
Not at all.
It's true.
I had a situation in Benue State where we have Canis consisted of 5 blocks. Can Christian Association of Nigeria. Yeah, and all this stuff. And for the past 8 to 10 years, there's been this quarrel about leadership in Benue State. So I tried to talk to them, and I discovered one of them told me, I said, if I'm doing something and the brother gets angry and there is problem, I don't know how to fight because he's my brother. I don't know how I can fight my brother, because why should I be fighting my own brother in the Lord? Then he said, if those of you who are in leadership, are supposed to be elders in the state, cannot tell somebody he or she is wrong, say, I am prepared to fight, and I'm going to fight, and I'm going to make sure. He said, well, I said, but we're talking about the coming. He said, well, if Christ doesn't come on with that, well, maybe he wasn't sure now about heaven.
That means all the things we're doing, we're not really sure about Him. So
about heaven?
I can tell you that. I can tell you that. Because the way He presented His, and the next
you mean the minister, a Christian,
yes,
is not sure about heaven?
Yes.
People, the message of heaven, rapture, no one preaches that anymore.
You hardly even make altar calls.
No one preaches that.
In some churches, you're not even allowed. The pastor is not supposed to preach about it because it will be offensive.
Yes.
For real, in the US.
You don't even make altar calls.
You don't preach about it.
They say things like, if you don't choose Christ today because when you choose Christ, your life will change, great things will happen. Don't choose Christ, then, it's not so nice. That's how they put it. They'll say heaven or hell. They just make it look so, it's not the best thing if you don't choose Christ. But they don't tell you the gravity of not choosing Christ. So people come to church thinking, okay, I go to God because it's like a lottery machine. I do what He wants me to do. He blesses me. I go away and do my business. God is love. God is love. God cares for His love. That's it. Emotional gospel.
We have a lot of work in our hands. A lot of work.
So yeah, so to continue then is just that feeling that now get to a point that was my question. There's no impact, and then now I could have my eyes being open and seeing the need around me. I see the homeless, and I see, okay, there's a need there. Now the next question is, okay, there's a need, there's homeless. How do you deal with it? Do you give them money? So that's the question I get to myself. So today is just love, the definition of love that I had, although it's being a little bit, for me I was okay, you have to decide to love somebody. It's not about emotion. And this is on that basis, because even if this aspect of love is missing, the understanding is really usually missing with marriages. Because young people, whoever get married, they don't understand love. But it's not about the feeling or whatever you're feeling with for the other person. As I was maybe saying to somebody, you first of all decide that you're going to love somebody. And then after, your action will prove that you love that person. And it is that in that aspect that I didn't understand love about making that decision. But the second part of making this action to demonstrate this love, we're missing. And then today, like as we have seen all the things that went around with Pastor Andrew, with what he has done, because he decided he had this entire building for himself to make money. And he took that decision upon himself, I'm going to do it. And the next thing, he acted on it. And opened his door to
and a lot of obstacles, documents, papers, permission. It's either you are going to do it, you're not going to do it. If you're going to be waiting, or they will jail me, you have to go through a lot of risk as well before the thing begins to promote you. That's just the end result. But before then, you still have to overcome a lot of obstacles.
So what I've learned from today is just that the fact that you act on it is like you're producing a product. As once at the time, once you get to a point where you were successful producing one product, and then you get till the end. And sometimes in the process, you get to a place where everybody mentioned, where you feel stuck, that there is no more strength to finish it. But when it's done, then it's easy to replicate it, and then it becomes easier, and then it goes and goes. So that's what I got.
Another thing I just want to say quickly is basically from what I have seen since I've been in HMT, I think it's going to a place whereby a decision has to be made, and that decision is very simple. You either do ministry or you quit ministry. It's as simple as that. Because I think doing ministry the wrong way,
it's not worth it.
It's not helping to advance the kingdom. You're hindering the advancement of the kingdom. Because what do people say? Oh, religious people. It's a common term now. I'm not religious. Why? Because of what they see. I'm not religious. People say, oh, I'm not religious because of what they see. they don't think of, oh, you're Christian as in terms of like you follow Christ. No, I'm not religious because of what they've seen hypocrites. So I think we all need to look at ourselves in the mirror and ask ourselves, are we ready to do ministry? And if we're not ready to do ministry, then let's just pack our bags, close the door, and go into something else.
Do we say we should leave this place and not go and build structure, but a system that will work?
Exactly. I don't know. The other day I spoke about, I was asking if we could be given a kind of template to implement. Or
you've been given a template. You were telling me about a template yesterday when Anton was telling that Anton presentation, that's a template. Everything you've been given, all the presentation you've been given, those are templates.
Chimo, you know that kind of book, that history of there is history of that training.
Actually, what I was trying to say before Chidu is that, you see, what I've learned from here is that over the night, 2 words kept walking in my spirit till I woke up. I think I told you from this morning about structure and system. There you are for you. What has happened is that we build a structure. So we've been locked in the structure. Instead of building a system and maintaining a system that will work towards the kingdom of God. You know, from what Anton showed us, you can build a structure and stay within the issue of born again, feel the Holy Spirit, pray in tongues, gyrating within the church, doing, or you get out of the structure, create a system that will bring, that is the gospel of salvation, the gospel of the kingdom. So I think we need to leave. I'm going to be here to see if there is anything about structure around me, remove it. Create a system that will create a flow. That is the only way we can. So I think that's just
I just wanted to say something. On the bus, I was quiet coming back from the refugee camp.
For a bit.
And the reason why I was so quiet is because I read the book, The Jesus You Never Knew. And you said something in the book that many of us think we know Jesus from the churches we go to and take part in. But the truth is we need to know Jesus on a personal level. Now, if we knew Jesus on a personal level, then we would know what love is. Do you see what I'm saying? Because that's what made me so quiet, because I felt my heart do something really weird. Like, so can I truly say that I know Jesus before we got here on a personal level, that I can personally go out and touch another person and tell them about God's personal love? I couldn't do it. And when I read, it didn't make sense to me because I read it yesterday. And then, you know, you're sitting and you're just meditating and things come back to you. And that was the only part of the book that I can truly say was ringing in my head, like, do you know Jesus on a personal level? Because I sing in the choir and I'm admin and I go to church every Sunday, go to church every service, worship service, choir practice. I say I'm a Christian and I know Jesus. But if I knew him, then I'd be loving people the way Jesus loves people.
And revealing him.
Yeah, exactly. So that really, it was painful. I kind of felt broken today after coming out of the refugee. I felt like God had truly gone to Shan, take this, and I just felt like he had molded me back into the shape that he needed me to be in, to be able to help people. Because if you don't know Jesus, then how are you going to help? It's kind of like what Brother Shahi was saying. If you're going to be in ministry, be in ministry. If you're not, then just leave. It's the same way, if I don't know Jesus, Jahara, I can't love you. Because I can't love you the way Jesus loves you. Do you see what I'm saying? Because I don't know Jesus. So if I don't know Jesus, then how can I love you like him? It's like if you don't know your husband, you can't love your husband because you don't know who he is. It's got to be really I think it's emotional anger. It's just for the last, I've been saved properly for the last 3 years. So if I can even say I'm saved now after this whole situation. Do I know love? I've been saved for 3 years and I can freely say that I haven't brought one soul to Jesus. If that's the truth, I haven't truly showed someone I love them.
Maybe your situation is not so pathetic when you begin to hear how many years some of them
But I just want to leave that with you, because I feel like if we know Jesus on a more personal level, then maybe we wouldn't be in a situation where the UK has no hope, you know? We wouldn't be in that situation. And I suggest you buy the book if Jesus, you know, because it's very powerful.
Very good. There is something I discovered in the foster home. The children love like their parents. They show love. We all saw it. They exhibited love. They were active. They didn't see our colors and ran away. They were coming close to us. The other doctor that left asked the small boy, said, "You are black?" He said, "Yes, I'm black." Then the doctor asked the little boy, "Why am I black?" He said, "Because you are in a hot country." So he didn't use hurtful words. You know, like those days when the whites see blacks, they give you some hurtful statements, you know. But we could see that they were really trained. I saw them very well, home training, you know.
Yes, children.
Very good home training. They received us, they were active, bringing seats for us to sit down. They didn't even want to go away, they had to push them to go upstairs so that we can go and take tea and discuss with. Did you saw it? Okay. So I learned a lot there. That means if I'm going to do any work, apart from preaching the gospel, you also teach character.
Brilliant.
Character is very important.
The character of Christ.
Yes. That is what I learned there. And I was so grateful. The little girls there too were serving us. Their parents were standing and they were serving sick. So they also taught them domestic work. You know.
Thank you.
I will just talk about the love. Love here is demonstration of love.
It's not the proclamation of...
No. In the UK, a number of times I've tried to be with like alcoholic addicts, and the way people pass and look at you, like, are you normal? Nobody. The kind of love in the UK is this kind of love that you don't want to get stained. It's kind of, you want to just be yourself and you want to just, there's no demonstration of love. And for me, everywhere you go, the people you meet, you just see demonstration of love here, and it's just...
Does it open the kingdom of God to you in a kind of different way?
Yes.
All these experiences?
Yes.
Is it kind of returning the understanding of what church and God and the kingdom of God was supposed to be about?
Yes. All the qualities of love is just, you just seen it. The sacrifice is another dimension. You see people coming to take care of those children in the foster home. Free. Not being, that's the one in the UK. People don't do anything for free.
No.
They don't do anything for free. As in, you just see why it's not working there. You just know, you just see it from what you see here. Because hearing it on YouTube and hearing the messages, but seeing it practical, you just understand why it's not working, and you just know that the love in the UK is not the love of the kingdom. It's like another kind of love.
So all these things you are talking about is not something connected to church service, Sunday service. So God really, kingdom of God really is not just about service.
Yeah, Sunday service, no. No.
So you can see God, you can see love out of the church.
Yeah. Yeah.
We kept saying, this is church. Sorry, I'm just kept saying, this is church.
And it's not on Sunday.
No. It's not on Sunday.
God and the kingdom of God should be everywhere.
I think the nations, the understanding about the nations just makes it came alive, and you're just like, we've just missed it all along.
Church on Friday.
One thing that I wanted to stress also, as you were insisting your point, is just that we never got the proper training
in churches
since the time that we say that we give our life to Jesus. We never got the proper training. we never understood what exactly.
So what do people teach about in church?
Well, you are saved, so now you know God. That's it. So then I think that stopped there. So sometimes and then you have to press. Nowadays the trend is you have to press. Yeah, you have to press.
You say to press.
And then because now you can be blessed as you know, sick from complex. Collect your blessing.
If you don't tithe, you be tight.
You need to tithe.
If you don't tithe, you be tight.
So now you have to. Now you prosper, you pay tithe and offering. But that's what I say. Because someday if I ask my pastor, I'll tell him, I think like church should be like a classroom. We need to come, sit here and give exam and write exam to make sure whatever we receive is applied. Because I was looking, I'm like, okay, what's going on? Like I understood that the foundation was never laid. We never understood exactly what we were supposed to do. But if we have that training, knowing, okay, you are saved now, this is what you have to do, it's about the kingdom. Matthew 28 has Anton showed us. This is the goal. You're here, get the training, discover your talents. Once you know that's your talent, then you go in the field and you get your nation, you train them, you discipline them, and then we go all for one goal, which is to expand the kingdom of God. But never we were taught that. And this is why we all those things that we have seen is new to us.
This clinic and Anglican missional church, the Obabiola way. Maybe they need to have that. Tell Natasha or somebody to help get that for you. I think you got it when you came. No, I saw someone holding it. No? It's called Missional Church. Okay. It's somebody who came to do a study on the Embassy of God and was here for 3 months and studied everything and wrote a book. He's a professor from Houston. Someday, yes, Pastor Natasha and Ablosh. Lower. Okay.
So I think that's why we are in that situation. That's why we come and we are shocked about all the things that's coming because we never got a foundation. We never got it. We
don't well taught.
Never.
So the kingdom has not been taught, right?
Yeah.
Not at all. But do we think we're teaching them?
Yeah, we're teaching something else. Yeah.
Theory.
The kingdom for them is just, next time you come to church, bring 5 friends, 2 friends, bring them to church, and.
But не, должны быть где-то, а не кушай. Только купил вчера, на прошлой неделе.
Последний простите.
Не может быть в церкви есть, надо тогда из церкви заказать.
And I just need your thought on this, in the sense that we are on a mountaintop. We're having a mountaintop experience. The truth of the matter is, we're going to go back to the environment in which we came from, and there's a sense that that environment can swallow us right back into where we were. in not too long. We get back to working, we get back to church, and before we know it, it becomes same old way of doing things. How can we really be different and maintain what we have grasped here, and really be a change agent?
Well, that is the whole thing. That's what the doctor was asking for last night. Yes. And that is the slide I said they should put together. So it's time for teaching. Let's see that. Go see this slide.
You need to love me. You need to love me like more. Excuse me.
So you just move that.
I know.
Okay.
Have a chance of being involved in that.
None of us are love full stop.
Yeah, you are.
Not the way that Jews love us, so we're not loved at all.
I want to see properly there by sitting there.
Look at this guy.
No, don't sit there.
Look at the shoes.
Go to the back.
Where are you going? Do we smell?
Oh my words.
Tell her the truth, look.
Okay, where is the microphone?
Are you have it here?
Yeah.
Oh, the other second one?
I have one.
Okay, here.
But so just someone needs to read it. Maybe, Feby, you want to read it?
Okay. No, he said
Yeah, you can read it if you want.
Is this past the parcel? It is past the parcel. You can open it up and how to go back home.
But you then must raise your voice and make sure you. That's why I wanted the man to do
Yeah, you do it, Femi.
so that the voice will be loud.
I'll let Femi do it. Yeah, because he's louder. He's louder.
That's the big, yeah. Your voice has to be big.
You have software.
How to go back home and beat the Western system of slavery and do not become a slave.
Yes. Now we all understand that.
Yes.
That's the question you just asked now. So you can just take the photograph if you have your camera.
Yeah.
That, I don't know. You don't have the photograph. Just take it.
One.
Oh, can we go back?
Sorry, you don't.
Go through all HMT materials. Make sure you listen to the audio messages again.
So that's one wise thing for you to do. And when you get back home, find that time. No, before read that listen. Find someone else to be here who's speaks English so that they will know. Oh, you are there. So find that time to, to just go over the material again for yourself. Yes.
Pastor,
yes.
How soon do we need to do this?
Within maybe a week after you finish this program. Or a month latest, within the first month. But before you lose your focus, maybe a week or two. Okay? Next one.
2. Do your homework all over again. Not for grades, but for yourself.
See, this is all the process of making the word become flesh in you. Because if you just, if you only listen here and you think you got it, you discover that you didn't get too much. You get it when you're under the impression while you are still here. But for you to really catch it, for it to really become yours, you need to get back home and really sit down, work on it, and make flesh, the word become flesh for you. Yes.
3. Make sure you find time for solitude. You can do solitude daily, weekly, or monthly.
Yeah, cultivate your own culture of solitude. Daily solitude could be like saying 2-3 hours just you alone with God, praying and studying. So that could be a time of solitude where you're growing with God. Or you could do it weekly. You could find one day just you, lock yourself in your room in a study. So pick up some of these materials you've gone through. Like I said, I told you those to try to make available for you some of the old materials from the HMT, that other teachings, and lots of teachings, different kind of teachings. So make sure that you just find times like that to refresh your fire and the passion you contacted here and the understanding. So you are grooming yourself. So that's solitude, what it does for you is that despite all the frivolity and triviality of the world around you and the vanity of the world around you, you are in solitude with yourself, and with stuff you want to be friendly. You are isolating yourself from all other distractions, and you are cultivating yourself according to who you want to become. You are building yourself up, you are making yourself. So it could be daily, weekly, or monthly. The monthly one is what we do, like 3 days, 7 days, how many days you go find. But solitude is good. That's when the kids are not there, spouse is not there, just you. And you are not doing anything. You are not in the internet, or you are not on the social network, but you just for you. That's one of the greatest things you could discover. I tell you my story. So, go ahead.
4, minimize your distractions.
Okay, minimize your distractions. That's on a daily basis. This is not just when you are having solitude. This is also on a daily basis. After you've done what you've done now, I will think that when you go back home, you want to isolate yourself and minimize the effect of the culture on yourself. And the effect of that same religiosity that created you in the wrong model of you. So you really want to only interact with people that you absolutely must interact with. Otherwise, you want to get rid of all the telephone calls, all the other things, all the other empty talks. You want to just create a new atmosphere for yourself. An atmosphere that is in line with the new person that you want to become. So you must put yourself in your own world. That is what will not allow the fire to go off in you. And that's what will keep on igniting you from within. And everybody will be surprised why you always different, why you always on fire. Because you are burying yourself. Thanks to solitude and thanks to minimization of distractions, you are burying yourself in the atmosphere, in the world that you want to be in. Like me personally, and you believe it, I don't call people. I only receive calls. I don't, I write letters, emails, that's it. I don't call, only business call, only when it really matters. I don't go on holiday, I don't go on holidays as such so much. I don't go on have birthdays and party, I'm just at home all the time, unless I go to court. I'm just, isolating myself from people who are not going in the same direction, or who are not facilitating my movement, according to my vision and my destiny. So people who are not increasing your momentum, people who are not strengthening you, try as much as possible to limit their influence on you. Let your vision become the owner of your life. Let your vision own you. Let your vision own your time. Let your vision own your personality, your resources, and your personality, and you yourself. There's something else?
Yeah, one more question.
Okay, take the microphone from me.
Alright, the point I wanted to make on that is just that yes, the point that I wanted to make on that our social life, because sometimes it could be really challenges. You have a wife, you have children, they're invited to birthday, and then there's family meeting, celebration of parents.
So those are that is the lifestyle that we have been forced into by our environment. Those are some of the things, the necessities of life that are not really, at the end of the day, by the time you do without them, you discover that they are not really necessities of life, that they are not really necessary, that they're just It's an attempt to just create something that is not there. And you are doing it in the artificial way. When you are, oh, we have to meet, you have to do the party, you have to do this, you have to gather together, you have to, it's all false. It's all, fake. It's all distraction, really. They are not building you up in the inside, and they are not accelerating the movement to your purpose. While you are here in the first place, time is going. You're going to be out of here fast. The time is going to go so fast, you'll be here soon. So what are you going away from this world's way? What are you going to present back to your Creator? What have you done? What lasting impact and impression have you left even behind? You're not even talking what you are going to present over there. But what have you left behind? What do you live after you? All those parties, those things just give emotions. It's just emotions. And then the next one you are looking for another one. And you become addicted to them. So you want to only do things that will have eternal consequences. Things that will accelerate your movement in the right direction.
Yeah, because I only mentioned that because people say, okay, don't be antisocial. You're supposed to be social.
Yeah, you're supposed to be antisocial. Antisocial if you don't move in the direction of your vision. The only social thing you must be involved with are the social activities that are in line with what you are here for, with what you're supposed to be doing, with your goal, with your life purpose. You could still have social life, but make it wrap up with what you are meant to do for your life, for your living. I mean, enjoy life, but enjoy it in the sense that it's also, as you're enjoying life, you're actually establishing your movement in the right direction. You're actually doing the main thing that you're supposed to be doing. So let every one of your social life or social activities be confirming, affirming, and promoting what you're here for. So everything, none of us is supposed to be doing anything at all in this life that is not moving in the direction of its purpose. The only time you are allowed to do that is maybe 20% of the time when you are just unwinding, or you are, you're doing what you need to do just to be strengthened again to do more of what you're supposed to be doing. But 80% of the time, it's only solidly to be pursuing and doing something in the direction of what you are created to do in the first place.
So in that case, we can conclude that our social activities should be, for example, I take an example, taking care of the homeless or making a program to help to go.
Because you have more joy at the end of the day. If you want to have a birthday for your children, for example, why don't you take them to the homeless kids and then, arrange the birthday there?
Wow.
Then you make a lot of people happy, then you make friends, then they learn the essence of life, and they know life is not about themselves, and it's about giving, and they're using their birthday as an opportunity to bless other people. And they're still happy because they are relating with other kids at the same time. So you could still have a birthday, but do it to enhance your purpose.
That's what we want to do.
Let's go.
Next slide. 5. Don't pick all your phone calls.
Make it a principle. Let that be a new rule for you. Because some of those things look very like harmless. Yeah, they're not as harmless as they look. They you spend a whole lot of time there, but then you are thinking you don't have time. You have the time, but you are using it up, spending it up on things that you don't even notice that you are spending it on. So get rid of something. When I say phone, I'm also talking about social networks and things that they are not necessarily have to be done. They are not things that you necessarily have to do. And minimize them. So you live in your dream. That's the idea. Just like I'm living here in my own prison. I created a prison for myself. The prison of my vision. Create for yourself your vision. Have the boundary for it. and put yourself inside it. I don't go out of this boundary. And that boundary is your vision. You shall call it. What God sent you to the earth to do in the first place. Lock the door. And you only give yourself permission to come out only once in a while when you just need to get fresh air. But create a prison of your own. This is my own prison of my own house. And I bring people here. If you need me, come here. Yes.
6, control your time. Fight for your time. Be in charge of your time.
The same thing. That if life consists of time. Your whole life consists of your time. If I say how old are you now, you say maybe I'm 30 years old or 35 years old. Well, all that means is that you are time every minute of your you are just telling me of your time. You are not telling me how old are you, you are just telling me your time. So what have you done with that 30 years? If you are 30 years, where is that 30 years? You are supposed to be using your time you are supposed to be exchanging your time for something. You are supposed to be exchanging your life for something. And as you are moving forward, your life is changing, or your life is moving forward, you are living it out. Give, like for example today, I'm exchanging my life to giving you life. Investing your life. Today I'm investing my day in you, so that means my life is going, I'm spending it, but I'm in exchange to the life I'm giving you. So I don't feel cheated, I don't feel wasted. But if you cannot point out something of the eternal consequences that your life that is going every day, your every day that is passing, that you are exchanging it for, you are just wasting life. So your 30 years, if I say, well, how old are you right now? And you say, how old are you, sir? 33. I want to see where that 33 is. Where is that 33? Well, those 33 years you have spent on this earth, by God's permission and by God's direction among me, where is it? You must be able to show me. If I say I'm 48 right now, you don't need to look for where is my 48. Look around you, everyone. Is that's where my 48 years have been spent. If you go to any country, just mention something like that, that 48 years has become mortgages, properties, in human beings, everywhere. Books, those books you are saying, all those books you are saying, that's by, for 38 years, 48 years, they're there. You see, I'm leaving things behind. I'm exchanging my years that are passing for something coming. So if I say, how old am I? Go look for it all over the world. You'll see me everywhere. I have judiciously used my time. I have exchanged for my time something that is visible, that is credible, that is tangible. So every day you must always fight for it. Fight to do something, to invest your time that is passing in 24 hours. You must fight to invest in something tangible that is not lost. Fight for your time so that it's not lost. Because once your time is lost, your life is lost. So if you cannot show me where the 38 years of your life is, or 30 years of your life, the 20 years of your life, where is it? You cannot show me nothing tangible? It's been in those things you just talk about, in partying, in fine mood, in good mood, in laughing, in feeling good. But where is feeling? You can't show me feelings, never. Oh, social life. Oh, but we need to be impression, making people feel good about yourself. Okay, people have felt good about you. So where is the result? Oh, I need to create the impression that everybody think good about me. So where can I see that good now? You have done that for the past 28 years or 20 something years. I can't see it. Every day your time is passing. It means your life is passing. I have a book, Time is Life. So when you are spending your time, you are spending your life. And that time is supposed to be to be used and spent on in exchange for something. You are supposed to be exchanging your time for something behind that you are leaving behind. Some people think that what they are exchanging it for is their children. They give birth to children. No. They will die too. You're supposed to be exchanging it for something invaluable, something of extreme value, something unquantifiable, something so valuable that it's unquantified, something eternal, something of eternal value. So time is the whole thing. How are you spending your time? I mean, I was talking to Joshua. I always use Joshua as an example. That I used to see him sometimes. He used to just sit down and see. I mean, someone's concentrated sitting down, so I see something serious going on with his computer. Then I see it's just some Christian musical, concert he's watching. What is that? Oh, good program. Wow. That's what some people are spending their life to do. So what would that give you? What do you have left after that? Good mood, good feelings. Good feelings could not be gathered, could not be pointed out later on. I was trying to tell them one time also that even in my own country where I come from, I've heard of a whole church gathering millions. They call some festival or something for a whole day. I mean, maybe 1 million people or maybe 200,000 people, just celebration or whatever they call it. Just bring all kind of musicians just to have a good time. But they call experience or something they call it. I mean, spending a lot of money just for people to just sing all night and sing and just enjoy themselves and then go back home. Spend so many resources. Then what happened? Well, we had a good time. Oh, that guy sang there, that guy sang there. Just talk. Why, if you use that money, you know how many orphanages you could build? You know how many lives you could change? You know how many drug addicts could be rescued? You know how many kids could be. We just want emotions and feelings and we think that's life. Feelings. We are pursuing feelings rather than pursuing quality. Value. That's why I say don't do those churches like those people are doing. Just make people jump and then later they are gone. They have disappeared. Because when they jump up on Sunday, on Friday they jump in on the discotheque. You've not given them substance. Next one.
7.
Every day, every time, always query yourself, question yourself, make sure that you are investing time, not spending time.
7. Value solitude. Try as much as possible. Isolate yourself more and more.
Fight for it. It has to be a fight. That's the way to maintain what you have received there. You have to always fight. If people who work with you will tell you before 12 o'clock in the day, people are listening. Because I must study, I must isolate myself for 3 hours, between 3 to 6 hours every day. I must develop myself. I must build quality in myself. I must add value to myself. Fight for it. Run away from people. Jesus had to fight for it. He had to use energy. He had to use efforts to get himself disengaged from people. I mean, sometimes when the Bible actually records it saying Jesus will run away from the crowd to go to isolated place. It's still a fight for every one of us. We have to do that constantly. If you had not done that, you will not get direction. You will not be able to hear God. You will not be able to know what to do. You will not be able to. You will not be walking. You will not really. You will be distracted. You will be carried away by the winds of this world, by the vanities of this world. That is your greatest fight. Fighting to isolate yourself with your purpose, with the substance of your purpose. Reflecting on it all the time, asking God about it, talking to God about it, thinking about it, studying about it, seeking for ways, means of learning new things, of increasing yourself, of making yourself better. And even if you are with people, be with people, eat with people, have fun, but let your discussion all be about purpose, just like we are doing now. Let it all be about substance, let it all be about the vision, let it all be about what you do to make the world, let it be your vision, even within your vision. Do your party, but let your party discussion, everything be in the direction of what you are supposed to be doing in life. Just like we sat down today, we're enjoying ourselves. Everybody enjoying themselves, eating and everything, laughing, we're having fun. But let that all be in the direction of what you are here to do. How do we work? We work when we walk, we write articles, we work, write letters and do things. We have fun. We cake, we laugh, we are enjoying. And is it not? We should rather have more enjoyment. But it's in the direction of your vision. But how to now be, because you want to eat and throw away the whole essence of life and just talk rubbish and drink, no direction, no purpose, nothing about nothing. Are you a human being or just an animal? You're a human being, you're Homo sapiens. You're not an animal just to talk about nothing, just to wow. You have direction in life. So that's why every day, like, trying to isolate yourself, trying to, make yourself from everything that is trying to hold you back and keep you being influenced by what other people do. People who don't have direction there. Is that not the way? What have you noticed? Have you not noticed that? Is that not the way we have lived? Is walking, is it not fun as well? You have to combine all of them together. Is that not the way we'll be combining it?
Yeah, you're right. That's the way we've done it. When we work, we have fun.
She's not agree or what?
That's what agree, and she's always there. She's the butt of some of the jokes. So you make fun.
Joke.
If you're outside and you hear us laughing, you think probably we're not doing anything valuable. But at the end of the day, we write an article 10, 15, 20 pages, and we've got it.
Just laughing and doing something that's wrong.
Yeah, we eat, we pass the others chocolate, and then we have fun. That's part of Femi's favorite part. And we just enjoy ourselves, but at the end of the day, we have a product that is going to last for time.
So it's not just laughing and doing nothing. At the end of the day, we have an idea that's given birth to. We have a written product that will live forever after us.
So, yeah, that's the way he works. And it's never boring because he mixes it up with all of these things. And, he gives examples, he uses us as examples, we laugh. People come in, people go, some stay, some, go to other stuff. But we just stay focused on the goal. Sometimes we go have lunch or dinner and then we come back and we continue. So at the end of each day, we're sure that we have done something that is very tangible and we've finished the whole process of creating an article or whatever it is that we want to do. It might be a book, we're reviewing, whatever. But we just have fun while we do it and nothing is left out at the end of the day. We have everything together, but in direction and in purpose.
Thank you. By the way, tomorrow I have an association of Nigerian students, about maybe 20 or 30 of them coming to see me. 12 o'clock we have a meeting with them. So you might want to participate in that for any one of you who has not left, who is not living here. So, that might be advisable. Anybody wants to share how we work together? So share that it's on our face.
I want to say that it's really interesting and fun. Sometimes we even start with videos. I remember the one that I'm laughing is the one when we had articles about prayers. Pastor just came and he said before we start, I'll have a video to show you. So we end up laughing for almost 10, 15, 20 minutes, like as if we're not going to work. But when the work started, we started getting emotion, started getting the whole idea, started getting moved, started getting change. As Brother Femi would say, deliverance, you can name it. So it's just not boring. It just can't be boring. Pastor always come up with different things every day. He can come sometimes and start the reading of the Bible. Sometimes he can start with jokes. Sometimes he can start with videos. Anything. So it's really awesome to work with him.
Thank you. So, next one.
8. Look for books in the area of your calling and mission and study them.
Yeah. You know, that's what you should be spending your time on. And the time you spend reading or studying is not a wasted time. That's the time you are building capacity. That is what will give you the strength and the energy to be able to go out there and actually do what you need to do. So it's never a wasted time for you to add value to yourself. It gives you boldness, it gives you direction, and it gives you, it gives you confidence. You know what you want to do, why you are doing it, and you know. So we have to do that, yes.
Spend time to pray over your mission.
Yeah, there will be the need to pray, because when you really have a vision, you discover that there are too many obstacles. And when I was talking here about everything you've seen here, I've had a lot of you say that will be difficult to do in England. We have a lot of permissions, a lot of that. That's when you need God. Everything that involves God, when it is really a vision and a calling of God, it will require you to really to feel yourself perplexed and helpless a lot of times. And that perplexity and helplessness is what will drive you to God. And that's why you should know that you really need God, because you see that you are hitting the bricks and the wall a lot of times. And that's why you pray. That's why you fast, because you say, God, now I need you. You are the one called me. You are the one who gave me this assignment. I need your help. And then they will come back for you. It will bring new ideas to you. It will bring people across your path and things like that. So it's not just praying because it's a religious service. It's not just praying because that's what you do every day. It's not just praying because that's just our religion. No, it's what you do. With that, prayer now becomes a necessity. It becomes what you have to do. You are driven to do it. You are not just doing like a formal something, but because you need God for it. Yes.
Put your goals and mission above all of the priorities.
Now, that's what I was trying to say initially. Nothing should be more important to you than the vision you have played for yourself. Actually, that vision must be more important than your life yourself. Let me tell you something about vision. We, human beings, are created and sent to this world for a mission and for a purpose. And, can you come, sir? So let's say you are a man, you are a human being. No, let's go to the life. So who are you? You are, what's the name again? Olatunji. Now, Pastor Olatunji. Normally when we ask people who they are, they say I'm an engineer, I'm somebody's son, I'm somebody's daughter, somebody's husband. But life, what is life? Life really is about, human life is about a vision. Nobody gets created without a purpose and a mission. So God needed to carry out the mission, so He created you. So your life, therefore, Brother Tunji, is an instrument in fulfilling that mission. You were created for a mission and a purpose and a goal. Your life, therefore, your physical existence, your existence, therefore, is an instrument, a means to carrying out that mission that you were created for. So sometimes we live and think as if life is about me. No. You are a means. You are only a channel. Your life is not about you. Life is about the mission, the goal, the purpose for what you are created. So you are created as a means to carrying out an assignment. So you don't have, it's just like saying this cup or this glass, give me the glass, yeah. It's just like saying this glass, the glass is created to serve people, to serve drinks. Can you now imagine the glass thinking about itself all the time, living for itself? Not for what it was created for. There will be no purpose in it. He said, no, I refuse to pour drinks or serve drinks. Because I'm beautiful. I'm a beautiful glass. So I refuse to do it. Then you miss the point. So the same thing for us. We are never supposed to be living for ourselves. Because sometimes we think it's about me. No, it's not about you. It's about what you are created for. Sometimes we think, no, it's my life. No. It's the life of the person who created you for his purpose. Sometimes we think, well, I have to sort of my life first. No. You don't have any say in this at all. You are just supposed to be here, addicted, just being bluntly, you're just being obedient to and being dedicated fully and totally to carrying out that purpose for which you were created. So human life, therefore, is an instrument for carrying out a purpose, God's purpose. Man is created for a purpose. And human existence, therefore, is the means, the instrument for carrying out that purpose. I cannot emphasize that enough. Your purpose is more important than you. Because you are created for it.
Yes.
So you are not the goal. You are not the reason why you are here. Life is not supposed to be about you. And what are we doing? We are busy working 8 hours a day. You're running up and down to care for my life and for the life of my family. And we are proud about it and bragging. It's me and my family. Oh, I'm working for my family. Oh, for my children. So like mine. You don't even remember what you are sent here for. You don't even remember the agenda, his agenda. You don't even remember that you are not even created for your own life, for your own comfort, for your own family, for your own children. You are not created for them. No. Those are just other additional blessings that you are given to make it easier for you to pursue what you are created for. So if the marriage and the children will not be strengthened, facilitating you and making you move faster to pursuing what you are created for, then it's a distraction. So your life is only the means for fulfilling purpose that God created you for. So you put your goal and that purpose and mission above everything else. That's what you are living for, because you are created for it. Go ahead, next one.
Do things you are not comfortable doing so as to attain your goals.
Once you understand that you are not the purpose, then you don't think your comfort is not the goal. You don't think that this is comfortable for me or it's not comfortable for me. You don't care. It doesn't matter it's comfortable or it's not comfortable. The idea is the goal. The idea is the mission. And that's the only thing that is important. It's not your comfort. You are not supposed to even ever be thinking about that. So do things that you need to do, either they are comfortable or not. And that's one major difference between successful people and failures in life. Those people who fail in life, they fail only for one reason. Because they all want to do what they want, what is easy for them to do, what is comfortable for them to do. They do what is easy for them to do. It is convenient for me, I do that. So it's not convenient for them to wake up early in the morning, for example, they don't wake up. They become failures. It's not convenient for them to pay the price, to work hard. They don't work hard. They become failures. It's not convenient for them. It's not easy for them to deprive themselves of some things. They don't deprive themselves. They become failures. It's not convenient for them to pay some price, hard price, that is not convenient for them. They will not do it. That's why they are not millionaires. And they are not successful people. But people who are really successful in life, they overcome themselves. They force themselves to do what they don't like to do, what is not convenient for them, what is not comfortable for them to do. Because they are more interested in the goal, not in their comfort. So that's the one major difference between the successful people in life and the failures. Successful people do mainly things that are not convenient for them. It's not convenient for them to wake up in the morning, 5 o'clock every morning. They go ahead and do it because they need to get their goal done. They goal fulfilled. It's not convenient for them to fast and not eat, but they have to do it because they want their goals made. It's not convenient for them to love people, especially the down and outs and the poor and the outcasts and the smelling. They do it because they have a goal of God. They want to carry out a goal. So what is not convenient? I mean, millionaires. I've never seen a millionaire that works only for 8 hours a day. They work as long as possible. So, they work as much as possible. That's why they are millionaires, because they are doing what other people are not willing to do. What's not convenient for them to do. So people who are successful must do things that it doesn't matter convenient or it's not convenient, but are necessary to be done to get the result that they want to get. So your life must be like that too. Don't ever stop doing anything because it's not convenient, or it's not comfortable, or it's going to be painful, or it's going to be hard. That is not what you decide. It's not the deciding factor. The deciding factor is I need to get to my purpose. I need to fulfill what I need to do. And I need to go through any inconvenience necessary to get there. I must get to the other side of that mission. Okay.
12. Make sure you act immediately. Get up and do something about your vision.
Don't just sit down and study all year long. Don't just sit down and pray all ages long. Get out and do something. You must do something physical. You must get out and roll your sleeves. Don't just teach other people and tell them stories how they should do it. Go ahead, get your hands dirty. Go do something hard. Go look for the needy. Go look for the dirty. Go clean them up. Begin to do something. Act. Life is about action. If you are not acting, you are not going to get results. Faith without action is dead. Next one. No. Where was it? Where was that? Yeah, this is it. Okay.
13. Build a system.
What does that mean? You have the passion, you have studied, you have an idea of what you want to do. Bring all the things, all the joints together. Unite the joints. Bring all the joints. You see all the joints? You see all the structures, all the joints? Bring them together. Facilitate structures. Let them come together. Unite them in yourself. Build a system that works. Something that will be able to work independent of you. Something that will be able to work effectively and make you to be able to produce much more than you could by yourself. Yes. We already told you about building system, I think, yeah? Okay, go ahead. Do publicity about what you are doing. Let the world know about it. Get the word out. Yeah, tell people about it. Do pamphlets, handbills, newspapers, newsletters, do video, and let the world hear about it. Yes.
Build a team.
Build people. Look for people who might be able to help you. And, people might be having a similar or same burden. And put them together as a team. Teach. But the best way to build a team is to not just ask them to come help you, but you help them. Once you help people, they become your team automatically. Help them to fulfill their own vision. Help them to come to their own dream. Take them by the hand, help them to do what they couldn't do for themselves. If you would help people to do for themselves what they could not do for themselves, if you help them to get to where they're going, you always have a team. But if you want people to just come and help you do what you wanted to do, then, it will be hard for you to have a team. The best way to have a team is to always look for people and do for them what they couldn't do for themselves or what they are dreaming of doing for themselves. That's the best way to get the followers. Okay?
Build momentum.
Momentum means don't just have one-time success and stop. Build on your success. Keep on building on your success again and again. You recorded one success, go and repeat it. Recorded another success, go and repeat it. Duplicate your success and then multiply your success. That's what it means by building momentum. So that's the way you will not lose what you got here. Thank you. It's okay. You don't touch ladies. Let the gentlemen do that. If they are gentle enough. Okay. Is everything clear enough? Or not really?
It's just a reminder you just need a radical approach.
Yeah. Radical. You have to burn the bridge.
Yes, sir.
You've got to, know what you are here for and face it. Stop playing around life. Life is not elastic. It passes by and passes by fast. So that's it. Yeah, you have questions?
I'll put a point first. The point I want to be, because I'm facing on the family.
Maybe not question, maybe just comments.
Comments, yeah.
Impressions.
Yeah, well, okay. I'll make this comment because I asked you specifically about the social life because I've noticed that it's something that was, taking my time away because I don't like going to a social event knowing that as a family member and we don't share the same value. You go to those parties, the music that they're playing, you don't like it. And the conversation that they play, like you don't want to be part of the conversation because it's nonsense. It doesn't go anywhere, as you mentioned.
Come there just to honor them for 5 minutes, and just turn around and just leave quietly while they're busy with their conversations. You could come there just to honor them, and then disappear unexpectedly.
So yeah, that was one of the big issue that I was dealing with. Not that I wasn't saying no to my wife, but I would just go. She knows that I don't like going it. But the question is like, okay, how could you say that you're a Christian and you don't want to socialize with other people? And then I was like, okay, I'll go. So you go there and then spending your time there and then you come back feeling like you didn't get anything from that experience. But now that you attach it, then you make more like that. You have a
either wasted or spent or spent or invested. You shouldn't do either of the first two. Do the third one.
Yeah.
Always invest every minute of your life. Invest in people. Invest in love. Invest in kindness. Invest in aggressive love. Invest in aggressive kindness. Invest in yourself. Invest in self-education. Invest in self-development. Invest in developing other people. Invest in vision and projects. That's what life is supposed to be about. Not spending it. Not using it. Invested.
Yeah, Pastor, it's from this slide, it looks like that success is actually built behind closed doors.
That's right.
This most of this stuff is stuff that you do behind closed doors.
Nobody sees me those times.
Nobody sees you. You're building momentum. You're doing this. You're having your solitude, and nobody sees all of that, but that is really what builds the person up.
Brilliant. Anybody wants to comment or say what they want to do?
And just like one last thing, Pastor, and I just like the idea that you don't run out first. Really, to do something. Just there's a lot of preparation of yourself. And and preparation before you go out.
Yes.
Pastor,
Yes.
how do you, what would you say if our fellow pastors are inviting us for programs?
Yes.
Yeah, are we...
That's in line, is it not? If they are pastors, that's probably in line with what you are called to do. If it's not, just go and honor them like the relatives there. Hello, hello, hi, hi, hi. Stay there for 5 minutes, bless them, be kind to them, and disappear. Everything that is not facilitating in the direction of your vision, don't be too kind to sacrificing your destiny, your purpose for which you are created. Don't jeopardize life just for convenience sake or for good impression's sake. And each time you are jeopardizing, it's life you are jeopardizing.
It's all about the goal.
Yes, it should be only about the goal. Anybody who's not living or walking in that direction, you just say, as you love them, excuse me, I'm sorry, excuse me, I'm busy, I'm in a hurry, and go and lock yourself up in your vision. Teach your people, look for people, go and love people, just living the kingdom out on a daily basis. Life is serious. Life is not just joking about. And life is not just partying about. We must shun triviality and be purposeful in everything we do. Everything is supposed to be moving you in the direction of fulfilling your vision on a daily basis.
Pastor, from this point now, I can see where my life has been. You know, as a minister, sometimes people can even pray for themselves because they know you give them attention, we just call you. But I can see now. That's why I said it's the goal.
Yes, if you have not invested in the people and you are their pastor, of course you need to. That has to be in your plan, our program. You need to gather them, have a time where you are investing to teach them to pray. Okay. And then, so since you have invested in them, go pick another thing else and invest in other something. You know, just don't be sitting down there and consulting.
Yes, I'm going to go back now. I'm going to put my line in the line of the goal.
It has to be straight line like this.
Target.
Shouldn't be zigzag.
That's what I've learned from this. Thank you, sir.
So now, in a situation whereby you have a 9-to-5 job, that's almost 80%, because you told us 80% of your time should be geared to your calling. Now, 9 to 5, you're fulfilling someone's calling. Then, how do you get out of that system?
Well, I don't think that it is wise for you to try to do that job for the rest of your life.
No.
Because if you don't get yourself out of the system, I bet you they are going to get you out of the system. They call it pension. So they are going to root you out, either you like it or not. So the best way to do it is to get yourself out, walk yourself out, get yourself out of before it's too late. Before they now begin to root you out. So what you want to do is that you want to, there is a season in life. So there could be a season when you needed to work for other people, either to learn from them or to get experiences from them or to get some skills or expertise or to get some initial capital or some money that you need to do or something. But make sure you spend just enough time to get yourself free from this vicious circle that is going to control your life and captivate you and keep you away from what you were created for. So you need to work as much as possible to set yourself free as fast as possible and come up with something else. That's why you must study, find ideas, find ways of getting something else that you could do that will still be supplying your needs, but in this, then freeing you enough to also do what you need to do. For all, we combine the two. while you are working and doing what you need to do, or you are studying, you are also pursuing and expressing kingdom. You are carrying kingdom. Whatever you are, you shouldn't quit your job unnecessarily. Maybe if it's a platform to spread the kingdom, use it and be working, but you are actually viewing that work as a platform to spread the kingdom. So you don't need to resign that in that case from that job. While you are working 8 hours, for example, if I'm selling in a shop, I'm contacting people, I'm relating with people, even though I'm selling, but I will sell so well, I will talk so well, I will serve them so well that I become authority to them. They're attracted to me, and I use that as an avenue and an opening to begin to talk to them about the kingdom. So that way, even though I'm working as an engineer, no matter what work you are doing, you could present such an excellent job that it will become an outlet for you to even more effectively spread the kingdom. But you only need to resign only if you know you are not doing what you are supposed to be doing, and that place where you are is not even a platform anyway, and it's just holding you back. Then that's when you might need to resign. Otherwise, you might not need to resign.
We're silent, but in some ways I'm thinking, this is no joke. We've seen all the fruit of the labor and what selflessness is all about, but it's hard work, and I'm honestly seeing that, because yes, I'm easily distracted by. I want to watch sports a little bit. I want to do this a little bit, and I feel like it's been my comfort blanket. I just need to feel good for a minute, and that minute becomes an hour. So that desire to feel good, it just takes over, and then before we know it, time's been wasted. And then you really want, now 11 o'clock p.m., we say, okay, now let me read the book that I'm in, but then you're tired, right? And then, so this is hard work to really make the main thing, and not major on the minor things. I'm recognizing that for myself. I know that whole laziness thing, it just comes by I need to feel good for a minute, right? And that's hard work to actually put that desire to death and say, no, I'm not going to go there. The things that I need to do, they need to come first. May the Lord help us.
Thank you.
I mean, going to touch on this point, this is exactly the same thing. When I know, it's like you know that you shouldn't do that. You should know that you shouldn't waste your time. I don't have much. I'll spend some time on the internet. We have 3 websites that you check. You check, although you have nothing else to do. Sometimes you ask yourself, well, I have nothing else to do, and you're bored of not finding anything to do. And then you find yourself okay, I sit in front of the TV. And then time goes, and it's truly something that is getting tired of it. I guess that's why I say, let me come here. That was one of the things that just push it like, what am I doing? And then because we're out of purpose, we don't know exactly what we want to do, what are the goals. When they are not defined, then I guess we tend to waste it. And a lot of people are wasting it because they do not know where they're going. They do not have a goal. They don't have that vision. So, yeah.
Something you said, Pastor. Oh, sorry. So something you said, it sounds like a joke, but it's for real. You said you lock yourself in your own prison. You make, you know what I mean? And if we remember the rehab centers, there's a sense of they just put them in a place, take distractions away, and focus them on what they need to know. And 2 years later, they're sharp, they're ready to go, they're ready to do some things. They're ready to change the world. Just that sense
they
of
shut
focus.
out all distractions for 2 years, and they become superhumans. They begin to have results in 1 year, 2 years that you've not had in 20 years of as a Christian. Because because they shut out distractions. And then the worst thing is that after all these kind of failures, then you begin to blame Satan. I begin to think, oh, it's Satan, oh, it's the problem, this problem, that. I just got this sufficient. I just got a letter today.
Yes, sir.
You know who this person is. Okay. His name is Tebitope.
Okay.
Okay. This guy wrote me, he needed help. He wrote me that he's a lecturer in the university in Nigeria and he's a writer and a publisher, but he got admission to Yale because he's a brilliant mind, but he didn't have money. So I said, okay, let me give you a contract to do. And I signed a contract with him. And by our contract, he's supposed to finish the work in a week. So every week, this contract, I'm supposed to be giving him $2,000 every week. $2,000 if he does the contract. $2,000 every week. $2,000 every week. So he loved, how much you people will pay you? That's what he committed. He is the one. I said, you could do that contract for a year if you want, then you get $2,000 a year. For 2 weeks, you get, or for 1 month. But he says he has the capacity and the skills to do it every week. And he started out, you made a plan, gave me the plan, convinced me that he could do the job. So I gave him the job. Since when is that? June? July? May. Since May. Since May. Huh? Since May, June. He has not finished the first week. Something that always comes up. Oh, this one comes. Because you know why? Before he was doing everything before I pay him the advance, or what they call it. Advance, yeah. Yeah, advance payment. I paid him the advance payment, he just disappeared. For 2 months, I didn't even hear anything at all. Someone was writing me 2 or 3 times a day before. Once I sent him some money, just a little money, really. He just disappeared for 2 he just disappeared for about 2 months. No communication. I ceased to exist in his life. He just cancelled, Small money. Yeah. The last I received from him that I got a thank you. Finish. Contract, no contract. Wow. So now, I decided to. You are saying, I said I would just get in touch with him. I said, what's wrong? Where are you? You are supposed to have received 5 or 10 books, 10 works by now. And he said, why? They gave me some work at work. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just my weakness. This. So now, when I wrote him, after 6 months, I waited. How many months is that? Since May or June. 6 months, I had patience. It was supposed to be every week. So multiply 6 months by 4. That's 30. Yeah, so that's 30 weeks. I was supposed to be receiving every week. The result, 24. I was supposed to be receiving 24 works by now, and nothing. Not even the first week job has been done. So now let's read this letter. Who wants to read this letter? I read. Okay, you read it. Because I wrote him and said finish. I can't have anything to do with you. You know what the title of the letter to me? So Satan has won at last.
So Satan won
because he couldn't manage his time. You always have excuses and stories. Oh, this one called. Oh, this one said this one. Because you are not living purposeful life. His Yale is gone through the windows now.
Wow.
Because he wanted me to give him money for Yale. Just go to Yale, $40,000. Just go to Yale. Am I stupid? I said, what do you know to do? He told me all the kind of things he knows to do. I said, I will give you a contract. How can I just come and give you $40,000 go to you? I never saw you before. I know you from Adam. So they think I'm bad now. I'm the one who is bad. Satan has won. How come Satan? Okay, if I just give you that 40,000, you say, oh, it's good. Oh, God has blessed me. Well, you are not qualified even for God to bless you. You have not disciplined yourself enough to even make God bless you. This is blessing. This is not work. This is blessing. This is God blessing you, but you are the true saying with all your might.
So Satan won at last. Well,
that's the way to start going.
Well, it is well.
Nigeria man, can you imagine what I'm saying? So he's submitted. Okay. It's so holy, it's so pure.
One, I am just seeing the email you sent 2 days ago here now. I have not been able to check my email until today.
So that's my fault? No. That's my problem.
2, I come from a very difficult background.
Is that my problem? When we were signing the contract, what was it? You know, can you imagine? When you were signing the when you were signing the contract, there was no background.
My mother has 5 children.
Is that my problem? Can you imagine?
They don't know what. That's
No.
They just want to crash.
What was it?
My mother has 5 children.
Is that my problem? It's not about your mother, not about anything, not about Satan, it's about you. You didn't do the work.
I am the last born. My 2 sisters suffer from chronic intermittent mental illness.
So what's my problem in all that now?
My 2 sisters suffer from chronic intermittent mental illness.
I'm asking for my work. Why didn't you start with that in the first place?
The one immediately elder to me is HIV positive.
What is my problem? I said, give me my work back. How come high in Ukraine with all these things? Just forget about work. Give me the 40,000. Is that what I should do?
Yeah, that's what he wants.
I am caught in a whirlwind of struggles. They overwhelm me.
But why didn't you say you couldn't do this job? Oh? Make you not give up to me in the first place. So why you didn't? Because I had this situation.
Pastor, look at things again with a spiritual eye.
Manipulators. Manipulators. Are you making this thing up or is it in there?
I don't know what to say.
Asking, is he making it up? This real life story. This is real life. The way we praised him.
That's Nigerian movies.
That's Nigerian movie. That's Nollywood. What is that? Nollywood for you. This is someone we praise. We are so happy for him. You know, we are praising him.
My goodness, it's a his story.
This is how people live in that country.
Did you really get admission?
There is another one. There is another one. He was in Nigeria. He met somebody, introduced him to me, and he came over here. So he was studying. This one is every day. People like that come to me. They finish first year in university, and they say, Pastor, my mother, I don't have a father, I don't have a mother. So how did you get here? Oh, I just somebody just helped. Oh, so what do you need? Oh, I need you to help me finish my school year. Okay, I said, okay. I pay for your school year now. What about next year? Who will pay for that one? Oh, I don't know, sir. I have to say some, sir. So next year, yes, sir, Pastor, sir. There is nobody, sir. I have to. So I've invested 10,000 or 20,000. So now, I said, can you imagine crazy? I said, so who is going to help me? Oh, I have a plan. My uncle tells somebody promised. But then he comes, oh, that uncle disappointed. I said, you give me guarantee. People just, so I said, go back home. I will pay for your ticket. I will pay for everything. You go back home. Oh, well, okay, sir. But I decided to stay by faith. So, but I asked you to, you didn't go. You didn't do what I told you to do. You didn't go. You stayed by faith. So how come? Since you still not of faith, is it my faith, or am I the one who told you to stay? I told you to go. You decided to stay by faith. Now you are coming to me. How come I now again? Am I the one who told you to stay? No, sir. So why me? Oh, because nobody else to go. So is that when I told you to leave before? Didn't you? Oh, I thought. And that's the whole country is for functioning. Stories. People just think if they could tell you more stories.
Story makers.
And compassion for your emotions, emotional stories, then they could sway you.
Okay, Mugu, I call it.
Huh?
I thought you were Mugu.
Mugu, okay.
Pastor, look at things again with a spiritual eye. I don't know what to say at the moment, and I don't want to say the wrong things.
You don't say everything wrong.
No, he already said everything, but he doesn't want to cause me. He doesn't want to say wrong things, like he doesn't want to say evil things again. So how come I am here? A lecturer in the university, who is he teaching? What is he teaching them? No values, no principles, nothing, empty.
But you might never know how much hope I have built towards working with you in spite of the distractions.
See me in trouble. Where is the word? Why? How much hope? Why? If you knew you built hope, then fulfill your hope. Do the condition of the contract. Oh, they say Pastor, you are wicked. Wicked? It's not about my wickedness. Oh, you should have pity or have mercy. We have contract. And I've been having pity and mercy for the first week, second week, third week, fifth week, 7th week, 10th week, 28th week, 15th week, 25th week.
6 months.
And you still say I'm wicked.
Yes.
See how foolish people are and deceptive.
I don't think it is a hope that should be killed.
I'm the one killing his own. Did the before that.
Okay. But you might never know how much hope I have built towards working with you in spite of the distractions.
Okay.
I don't think it is a hope that should be killed.
So I'm the one killing his hope now.
He's already done that.
He's done that of himself.
Blessings.
Crew.
Blessings.
But he didn't commit it, he's going to submit it the next day.
He didn't even commit to that. He just wants me to come back and give him the money. Let's forget about the work. Just bring the money.
So that's the end. Blessings.
Blessings. Temi Tokwe.
It's
That's
upset.
Oh, it's finished.
It's upset.
It's finished like that?
Finished.
He didn't like to be upset. He didn't say anything like
No, when they give me extra time, give me extra time.
No, because he had been saying, give me time for all this month.
Nothing like that.
Because he had been
Send
saying
that money.
yeah, just send the money.
Wow.
So what should you do now? Ask him to return your advance or say what?
No, I don't even need him. I just cut him off. Let him take. You see what people do? They deceive you for $5,000 or $1,000, thing like that. That's the only thing you ever get. You got the most, you got it all. But you have lost millions. He didn't shoot me, he has shooted himself.
Yeah. So there's no. It's a wasted time to try to sue or bring the police.
No.
It's just living.
What's the point? The money's gone now, isn't it?
Yeah, because the money's gone. Now you have all the issue. That's going to take care of his HIV brother and sister.
Pastor, it's hard for me to conceive that someone who was accepted into Yale University
will have this kind of mindset.
So I question this.
Can you imagine? I have been working with him for 6 months. Trying to work with him at least. But if you saw the way he spoke in the beginning, if you saw his CV, if you saw the way what he was writing, his presentations, you will believe it. Even me, I believe.
He's very smart.
He did such a good work. I mean, unless someone else was doing it for him. But when they default, then their real essence. You see, there's a difference between having mind and having character. They might have the intelligence in the head, but the character has failed it.
Entitlement mentality.
But that's what we have in our universities. That's right. Then you go and bend this anger on these innocent students.
Okay, that's all for now. Tonight I'm going to work. Maybe some of you, you have to go and sleep. Who is traveling tomorrow? Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Tomorrow evening.
In the
evening. Oh, okay. Yeah. Then in the day you will still be here. Well, who is not too tired out of you all? You are not too tired? Let's meet at 12 o'clock in the VIP room. I need to edit some books. So any one of you is free who wants to come. Not football, but books. Okay. Have a wonderful evening. Someone has a birthday?
Yeah.
Who is it?
This is
wow. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Pastor Leonie. Happy birthday to you. So, Father, in the name of Jesus, we are praying for your son. And we are releasing your grace upon him for forfeiting his comfort, the comfort of his own country, his own church, his family, to be here to receive. That shows hunger. That shows desperation. And you said, he that is hungry for righteousness shall be filled. Yes. You oblige yourself to feel it. Amen. So right now we are releasing that fulfillment into his destiny. Amen. That you will fill him with all the things he has been hungry for. Amen. What he came here for, he will receive to the fullness. And you will put and release the grace that is necessary for him to be able to fulfill and accomplish everything he has seen here. In the name of Jesus, you have loaded them with gifts from heaven. You have already loaded him with your goodness and revelation and insight of what he has experienced while he's here. Now, go before him. Give him the strength the enablement to be able to carry these things out to the glory of your name. In Jesus' name. All right, see you guys. Any one of you is praying? All right, good night. See you tomorrow.
One quick second. Miss Olga and my brother has just walked away, but Sister Olga, if you can just come. Just a token of our appreciation for the volunteers who have been wonderful blessing to us. We said thank you yesterday, but we actually thought we don't want to just say thank you with our mouths. We want to say thank you a little bit more than that. So this is, sorry it's in a crazy envelope.
It's an offering bag.
But what's inside is a whole lot better. So we just want to say blessing to you with Mr. Igor. Our blessing to all of our volunteers for just the wonderful way they've been a blessing. You guys have been a blessing to us, picking us up from the airport, losing all your sleep. For us, we appreciate your love. We appreciate your selflessness. This is nothing compared to what you have given us. Yes. So we want to say thank you for this little bit. And so, just for the rest of the volunteers, on our behalf, HMT 2015 November. This is us presenting a little gift saying thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We will all share with the girls, of course. I know. I like the packing. So.
Don't think about the package. There's better stuff in there.
Thank you very much. Yes. All right. So those who are traveling tonight.
Tomorrow.
Wow. Yeah.
Early one.
Tomorrow evening, 8 o'clock. Evening? Yeah.
Tickets?
No, tomorrow is Saturday, right? Tomorrow is
Saturday,
8 p.m.